Good morning and welcome to the BlackUSA.News Morning Show. My name is Donnie Glover, publisher of both BeMoreNews.com, based here in Baltimore, and also BlackUSA.News, our attempt, if you will, to cover the national and the broader African diaspora. This is a Black-owned news outlet, and we cover news surrounding the Black community, beginning here in Baltimore, a majority Black city. I came on a tad early this morning because it has been brought to my attention that some people think that because I report on the history, that somehow I am a racist. And I'm not a racist. If anything, America is racist. It's been racist and it will continue to be racist. And just like a drug addict, unless you identify you're ill, you'll never get better with it. Critical race theory is a body of legal scholarship, and an academic movement of U.S. civil rights scholars and activists who seek to critically examine the intersection of race and U.S. law to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. I'm not sure all about what critical race theory is about, but I'll tell you this. If you want to erase the ills done to Black people and others, then you're not helping. A drug addict will never get better unless they identify, hey, I'm a crackhead, I'm a drug addict, I'm a dope fiend, I'm an alcoholic, I'm these things. Unless an addict, including a racist, identify their demon, you can never fix the demon. You can never heal the demon. And so if anything, I've only attempted in the 19 years of doing Be More News and 27 years of being a journalist, just to report the history. I ain't the racist, America is the racist. And that's about all I really care to say on the topic. Anyway, got Rico Crawley. Rico, I want to thank you for your support. Rico sent us the blessing yesterday. And Rico, we appreciate all that you do in the community. Such a wonderful thing. Got Michael Eugene Johnson. He's been a strong advocate in this city. I won't ever understand, and here's the thing about America. If you know what you did was wrong to my people, then stop doing it. It's like a domestic abuser, like somebody that's got to go to the house of Ruth. Okay, so you did these things in the past. Now you can either correct your behavior and stop doing it or suffer the results. And America seems to want to shrug its obligation. Karma's coming, whether you block me or whatever. Karma, it's a law of the universe. You can go to outer space. If you did wrong to somebody on earth, it's coming back to you. Because there's a God that sits high and peeps low. And all of the things that we think we do in the dark that nobody saw, God saw it. God sees it, and God will continue to see it. And it's up to us to make a difference. So thank you for letting me get that off my chest. We're going to speak today with a phenomenal, and I do mean phenomenal, group of women. Back in 2011, when we started giving away, and we had a Black Wall Street Awards yesterday, when we started giving away the Black Wall Street Awards, there was a group of sisters who we had been allies for some time, but we started and joined forces to do the Black Capital Awards. So originally it wasn't the Black Wall Street Awards, wasn't the Joe Mann's Black Wall Street Awards, and big ups to Joe Mann's. He came out to Terra Cafe last night, but it was called the Black Capital Awards. And our very first event was in the fall of 2011 in the District of Columbia. Our next major event was at the United Nations. So as you can see, straight off the break, we were not playing with them. We were very serious. In short, we celebrate Black entrepreneurs and professionals, as well as the people who support them regardless of race. Now, so long story short, Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated. And please don't leave out any of those words, because these sisters will hunt you down. And I never saw them with razor blades, but I know they got razor blades. They got something because don't ever get them wrong, because they will find you like child support. They will find you and they will correct you and get you on point. But the whole Joe Mann's Black Wall Street Award started off with the support of this phenomenal group of women. And then let me tell you about the fearless leader. Her name is Peggy Morris. And people down in Prince George's, they know her as, oh, that's Peggy. Oh, that's Peggy. They don't know she's straight out of East Baltimore. She ain't got nothing but razor blades in her pocket. And then, too, she got like 7 sisters, like 8 of them, 8 beautiful women. You ever been beat up by 8 beautiful women? Let me tell you, it is not an experience you really want to endure. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up the woman, the myth, the legend. Her name is Peggy Morris. And don't let the smooth taste fool you, because I'm telling you, she's strapped. She probably got a 38 on her hip. She got Laura Dorsey with her. And she's got Tashik. Did I pronounce it right, Tashik?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Good morning, Peggy.
Good morning, Donnie. You got my hair all over top of my head. All the bad things you said about me.
I only said the truth. Hey, Peggy, is that the best connection? Because it's a little strained.
It is. A little bit better now.
That's better.
Okay, there we are.
Oh, that's a lot better. East side.
Good morning, east side, west side, south, north, Baltimore, period.
But now you claim both Baltimore and gorgeous Prince George's.
I got to, Donnie. That Baltimore is my home. I love my people just as much as you love our people. And it's all about us loving up on each other.
Tell me about Sisters for Sisters. How did it get started?
Donnie, believe it or not, I got started in 2001. No, prior to that, I grew up with 5 sisters, 5 beautiful sisters, loving sisters. And when I moved from Baltimore to Prince George's County in 1979, I lost my network. I lost my connection with my sisters. You got to be careful what you ask for, because he will deliver. And in 2002, I was able to go to this powerful networking conference. And my friend Sharon Bullock, I grabbed my cousin Audrey, and she grabbed her friend, and the 4 of us showed up at the Power Networking Conference in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, that was one powerful conference. When you go to a conference and it's nothing but Black folks, you're in the right place. And so when I left that conference, I found my purpose. I found my purpose, that I wanted to do something with women. And I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I knew it was going to be something with women. And I came back and I said, I got it. It was 4 of us at the conference. We were sisters, not biological sisters, but sisters. And network. Network was the key, the vehicle that brought us together. And we started in 2002, and we've been 19 years strong.
19 years. So, Be More News is the same age.
Yeah. Yes.
It ain't always been easy, because I know I'm a handful. Go ahead and tell them. Get it over with.
Donnie, we love you, my brother. We love you from the bottom of our heart. We have done so many wonderful things together that nobody can steal that from us.
The first event we did was in D.C. The second event we did was in at the United Nations. That was huge.
Yes.
The Women's Empowerment Conference. There goes Sharon Bullock. She ain't got no hat on.
Good morning. I apologize. I was having some technical difficulties. Good morning, Donnie. Ladies.
Where's the hat?
That's what's missing.
But Donnie, I want you to meet another sister, Lori Dorsey. This is another bad sister in the organization. Now she doesn't bring razors. She brings
she bring the whole bomb. She bring a bomb.
Oh my God.
Who are you, Laura? Tell me about yourself.
Okay, Donnie, it is so nice to meet you. I have heard so many wonderful things about you. So don't let them like joke with you. Okay, I am actually I'm not from the area, you know, but the Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated adopted me and brought me in. And when I thought I was like new, didn't have any friends, all I had to do was meet Sharon and Peggy, and now I got a whole network of sisters who are here supporting me and everything it is that we do.
So Peggy, would you say Peggy, would you say Sisters4Sisters is international or national?
We have had connections with Ghana, Africa,
So
West Africa.
So that makes it international.
So that's international. Yes.
Yeah.
We got roots there. I am so proud. Back in 2014, from the very first PAL networking conference, we met some people who loved what we were doing as an organization. And they asked me, along with Dr. Renee Allen, to travel with them on a missionary trip to Ghana, West Africa for 10 days. What a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight. So I consider that home for me.
Had you ever been to Africa? Had you been to Africa before?
No, it was my first opportunity. And I say to our people, you only need go once and it will change your life.
It's on my bucket list. Yeah.
It will change your life.
Did you go to the door of no return?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
And that piece alone will change your life.
Did you cry?
Did I cry? My heart was so heavy. It just took the wind out of me because I felt the ancestries surrounding me and blessing me to be able to take that journey, to be empowered, to come back and empower my sisters. Donnie, that's a beautiful thing.
So, you know, I don't know if you caught my little message beforehand, but there's some media outlets that want to paint me as a racist simply because I report the history. When you think door of no return, let me just add this to these critics, to these Donnie Glover critics in the media. When we look back on slavery and what it did to our people, I'm reminded of what my daddy said. He said, the first person you need to be, the first person you need to be mad at are those greedy African kings who sold your people into slavery. Somebody beeping over there.
I don't know where it's coming from.
It's not mine.
So before we even get to the other groups, other ethnic groups, the first people we need to look at is our own.
Yes, yes.
In the city of Baltimore, majority black city. Most of the elected officials are black. Yet black Baltimore, even Prince George's County, Baltimore, Prince George's County, are 23 and 24 in public education. We at the bottom.
Donnie.
And it's our own people a lot of times who are making the critical decisions. So we are for our people. And whoever is wrong, whatever group they come from, wrong is wrong and right is right. And we call them out.
Don't we, Donnie? We know how to call them out. Trust me.
So, you know, in case people do think I'm a racist, if you are against my people, I don't care what color you are, I will push you in the harbor. I mean, what are you supposed to say? I forgive you. You smack me over here, then smack me over here. Come on, man, stop that. If like a domestic violence batterer, you can't put your hands on no woman. A woman ain't supposed to put her hands on no man.
That's right.
But if a person, and they say, okay, I won't do it no more. But if you keep doing it, then you ain't apparently learned your lesson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Donnie. You know, for me, it only takes once. You can do me in once, but you will not get an opportunity to do it a second time. Okay?
Well, America has been using domestic violence on us for 400 years, and people want to play like they haven't. They raped our ancestors, male and female. They killed them. They lynched them. Now we supposed to play like that didn't happen, and it's still going on. You got
It's
black
still going on.
in Baltimore and Prince George's. I love DC. I ain't putting DC on a pedestal, but DC get it. Atlanta gets it. They understand that we supposed to be running things and looking out for our own people first and foremost. I ain't looking out for nobody else before I look out for my people. I don't care where they from, what situation they come from. I have to look out for my people first and foremost. That's self-preservation. But when we say it, then we being hateful.
No, I'm about my people, okay? And especially the women in my community. I don't care where you are, okay? Women are first as far as I'm concerned. We got to look out for each other. We got to support each other.
You know, Laura, there is a shift in the universe as we speak, where I find that Black women are leading the entire world. I'm seeing Black women rise like never before. We got Black women mayors of even Boston, of all places.
Yes.
New York State has a Black lieutenant governor. Black women are becoming judges. Black women running Starbucks. What do you say about what this perceived shift in the universe is, Laura?
But you know, the shift it was coming anyway. I'm from Detroit. So I'm used to Black people being in charge. We're used to Black people, you know, making sure that things were, you know, we had the mayor, and when I was there, the mayor, the chief of police, everybody was Black. So when we see the shift, not only from Detroit, but for everywhere, not seeing only Black, you know, people, but Black women being in charge, well, you know, that was the way it was supposed to be. And if you look back in history, Donnie, you and Peg were talking about it, the Black women have been running the family for the longest time, just behind the scenes. We're now getting in front of things now. We're now, you know, taking our lead on the stage. We now not only have a seat at the table, we're creating the table. We created it anyway. And now we have a seat at the table and we are running things. And Sisters4Sisters Network is why I am great to be proud of them, because that's what's happening.
And let me talk a little science to you. History has clearly proven that the Black woman is the mother of civilization. Going back to Namibia and the San Bushmen, S-A-N Bushmen, they have the oldest DNA on Earth. And this is something a lot of people don't know, Peggy. A lot of times when we see a Black with eyes like Nelson Mandela, we'll say, oh, they got Chinese eyes. But the truth be told, those eyes are African.
Yes. Yes.
They have our eyes.
Let me tell you something. My grandmother is a true example of what you just said. If you saw her, you would think she was Chinese or Japanese or whatever. But the roots are in Africa.
If more of us knew who we really are and the incredible history and legacy, there would be no world without us.
Amen.
And I don't know why people get so jealous, so angry of us for being who we are.
Well, Donnie, that's what I love about you, because you make it so plain when you share our history, when you educate our people. And we're so blessed. So many of us are blessed to have you in our midst, because you're one of those who know our history, and you're one of those who are taking the opportunity to not hold on to it. You're willing to share it.
So you see this lady right here, Cynthia Galmore. I'm going to give you ladies a bit of history. Cynthia Galmore is the owner of Joseph Locke's funeral home, Empire. Joseph Locke who had a funeral home over there in East Baltimore, where you
Yes.
from.
Yes.
That is the oldest, according to my research, the oldest Black family business continually operated in the United States, going back to 1835 in East Baltimore. This lady,
I know that family. I know that family.
And I think I put you on the phone with Cynthia Galmore before.
You sure did. We
Your
talked.
East Baltimore homegirl. She is the owner, and it's important to me, Sharon, because my daddy was an undertaker and a good friend of Miss Cynthia. But even though he's long gone, just like Sisters for Sisters got that, you have that camaraderie, that sisterhood, that familyhood. I'm forever in the film director's family, at least the old school. I don't know about these new schoolers, but it's nothing like your tribe. And that's what, Sharon, tell me about the Sisters for Sisters tribe, because you're more than just a network, it's a tribe.
It is. And thanks for having us, Donnie. It's been a while since we chatted, but this is really true. Peggy and I, started this organization almost 20 years ago, and it's, we're coming upon our 20th year anniversary next year, and it's just amazing how we look back and see. And Peg being the photographer, which is a blessing, because we've been able to document all these years of women coming through this organization and the lives that we've touched, because I can say at least over 800 women have been through this organization. And in some way, I'm sure they grew through us, because every single time we get together, there's so much knowledge in the room. The women have, we range from the gamut of school teacher, lawyer, banker, politician. Just every walk of life have been represented through our organization. Entrepreneurs. We started out, with entrepreneurship being our main threshold, but we have branched out into four pillars in the organization now, with entrepreneurship, with help me out, Peggy, education and mentoring, health and wellness, and domestic violence. So we have those four pillars now that we support, and we always have someone that has an interest in one of those pillars or the whole organization, and just the whole, like you said, camaraderie, the sisterhood, the networking, and really how to grow wherever you are. Whatever it is you're trying to do, this is the place for you, because we literally support one another. So that's the beauty of it all.
I want y'all to remember, it may be an unwritten rule or unspoken rule, but that your network does include men.
Yes, absolutely. We have our brothers now. We're the sisters and you're the brothers. So we definitely have our brothers, and we like to highlight our brothers as well. We even have brothers on our advisory board. So absolutely.
Donnie
Glover, you're one of them.
That's right.
I used to question Peggy. I was like, Peggy, this isn't another pro women, the hell with the brothers organization. But more than that, Laura.
Yeah, they tried to start a Brothers for Brothers, but we said, nah, not that name. But but you can come with us.
There you go. So Laura, what I wanted to say was, you may not know this, but we did a Black Wall Street, one of our first ones in Atlanta, the very first one. And I told Peggy about it, and she said, well, you got to talk to my sister. Because when you taking on a new territory, you want to have allies.
That's right.
When we went to Atlanta, our sister took care of us, put a roof over my head, picked me up, took me on the tour. And I love Atlanta. I used to go to school there. It's been some time, but that's how strong your network is. And then y'all go to Texas, Ghana. But there are some brothers. And I really remember that event y'all did down on the water. Where was that, Peggy? You recognize me?
That was our 15th anniversary. We did it in Anne Arundel County on the Bay. On the Bay.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Donnie. Yes.
I didn't know if I was going to a Klan rally or what. You had me deep up in the woods.
And don't get lost. Don't get lost and don't run out of gas.
I was looking for Harriet Tubman, I tell you.
So true, Donnie. So true. But it was beautiful down there. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
I see Renee Allen. Dr. Renee Allen. Hey, Renee.
Good morning, Renee.
Morning.
Renee, why are you a member of Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated? You got to unmute yourself.
Good morning. Ooh. Donnie Glover. Donnie Glover. Donnie Glover.
What it is?
I had to put myself together. We just had a huge Hills of Motivation event. And so I was trying to get myself together. Peggy got me together this morning for you, Donnie. How you doing, handsome?
I'm blessed by the best. No need to be stressed. Just no grumbling. Just stay humble. Don't grumble. Stay humble.
I'm going to use that one. Look, the reason why I'm a member of Sisters4Sisters Network, and it's going on 12 years, is because of Edgar Brookins of the Afro newspaper and our girl Sheila Stewart from Radio 1, the late Sheila Stewart. They invited me to the, what was it called? The Green Turtle. And it was out in Laurel. And I encountered Lakey Forrest Cosby, my first encounter with Sisters4Sisters Network, not knowing that Peggy Morris was the president. I had already known her about 10 years prior. But it was just an amazing, welcome atmosphere of just true sisterhood. And I was going through a lot at the time. So I gravitated to them because I don't join many organizations because I just do too many emceeing and different events. But I immediately joined and I have been with them ever since because of the unity and camaraderie. It reminds me a lot of the military, which I retired after 22 years. So it's a lot of reasons why I'm with them and will always be a part of them.
Well, Lakey is the resident therapist because that's who I used to cry on her shoulder when Peggy was beating me up.
Lakey loves you. Lakey adores you, Donnie. She adores you.
I do no wrong with Lakey, but Peggy will jack you up in a... Peggy the type that will jack you up in church. You know how your mother give you that look? That's Peggy. She put that blade...
You know she's from Baltimore.
You can't pull a knife on somebody. She said, shut up.
Don't let Peggy fool you. She's from Baltimore, honey.
Hey, enough but love, Donnie. Enough but love.
I see Sharon and Dr. Laura. Woo!
Hey, Renee, congratulations on an excellent event I heard about.
Thank you. I'm trying to be like y'all and Donnie, okay? All those great award shows and everything. I took a little bit of everybody and put it together.
It was simply beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Teresa Bowe was so excited to be here in the DMV and to meet all the amazing women. And it was just such a phenomenal experience. And so thanks for supporting. And Donnie, thank you for always supporting.
Donnie is always there.
Peggy got
and
that
so
gun
are you,
on.
Peggy.
Peggy,
Peggy know people from the street. Yeah, Peggy, Peggy is ubiquitous. She's every place at the same time. So you just look up and you're gonna see her there. And how she got there, who knows?
If you crack slick with Peggy, next thing you know, you hear a knock at your door, and you like
exactly.
So Sharon, I remember when you set up there on National Harbor.
Wow. National Harbor. That was actually well, you may have me mixed up, but that I was in downtown Silver Spring. National Harbor. Yes.
Well, who was that set up shop on National Harbor?
What's that girl's
with the clothes?
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Tony Foster.
Tony, yes, Foster. Yes, that's Tony Foster. Yes. I almost opened at the harbor at the same time, but that was Tony Foster. I had
boutique.
Yeah, I had a boutique.
Yeah, that's our girl too.
Silver Spring Metamorphosis.
Have you found that Prince George's County is more welcoming to Black women businesses?
I'm sorry, say that again, Johnny.
do you find that Prince George's County is more supportive of Black women businesses?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that was my base. You know, even though I was located in Silver Spring, I certainly had a lot more customers from the Prince George's area. So absolutely, they do support, and I appreciate their support. And it's ongoing.
Well, let me ask you this, Sharon. And I know you're not a political organization, but if y'all give somebody the wink or the nod, they'd rather have that than not have it. I know you done.
That is absolutely true, because and we have some really prominent women in the organization that are running for office, and of course they have our underlying support. We just you know the drill, but we definitely support our sisters in all aspects, and they support us. So that's the blessing.
Speaking of which, Prince George's County has a Black woman county executive. You got a Black woman state's attorney.
Yes, sir.
10, 15, 20 years ago, these things were hard to envision, but they are a reality today. And for me, the most important job they have is to open the door for the next sister.
That's it. That is
There you go.
setup, Donnie.
Yeah.
We got to reach back and bring the other sisters behind us. We cannot do it alone, and they realize they can't do it alone. So what better way for us to come together? Let's look at the issues that are impacting our community, and let's work together to resolve them.
Well, I'll tell you this. Anybody that wants to be the next governor of the state of Maryland, if they're not talking about a joint task force to address Baltimore City and Prince George's County public schools, they do not have the right to be our governor. I don't care if they Black or whatever they are, because y'all had one guy from Prince George's County who was Black who said, "I'm not Black." You remember that dude?
I'm trying to remember who. I remember that conversation. That's why I don't remember who he is.
He is shaped up, but there's some people that don't want to claim their Blackness, even though they're Black. I ain't gonna say his name, but anyway, in the middle of all of that, we still have to push our agenda. And again, anybody running for governor of the state of Maryland, I don't care what party, what race, what religion, if they're not, Baltimore and Prince George's are 23 and 24 in terms of the worst in public education. And we need them, they're both majority Black.
Well, Donnie, I'll tell you something. Delegate Daryl Barnes, who was one of the DMV 48 Men of Power, he actually, in a very respectful way, put Peter Franchot on, notice. I guess on notice. And Peter Franchot took notice and has a Black agenda. That's the only one of the candidates that I am aware of that has an actual Black agenda. And, when you talk about the women of Prince George's County, I don't really think they have a choice, because there's so many wonderful business homeowners, just boss women in Prince George's County. Yeah. So it's no, surprise to Peggy, Lakey, Dr. Laura, or I, that, Angela Alsobrook is our county executive, and Aisha Brave Boy, who supports so much. She was just at, oh my God, the Hills of Motivation. I mean, they're just the ambiance of the Black woman.
Somebody want to join us?
Is that Molly?
No. She was her main man.
Let me just say this about politicians. Just like a man is going to say whatever he needs to say to get next to this pretty woman, he's going to tell how beautiful she is, his plans, he going to marry her, he going to bring her flowers. They'll say everything necessary. A politician will say any and everything. I have a Black agenda. I'm for this. I'm for that. You'll never know until the next morning.
You got that right. But at least he's the only one saying it to date. But you are right, Donnie. You know better than most of us.
That's like, okay, Renee, you look so beautiful. You want to go out tonight?
I've been out. Look, I put myself together for you.
You
Because
just
Peggy
missed
called
it,
me this
Renee.
morning.
Renee,
I'm not going out tonight. I'm gonna be right here with my son Chase.
you cannot believe anything a politician says. Only thing you can believe is what they have done.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I
Actions
need to
speak
see,
louder than
I need to
words.
see your track record. I need to
Yes,
see what
I
you've
hear you,
already
Donnie.
done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they'll say anything to get next to us,
Oh yeah. Oh,
but you
yeah.
don't really know who they are until after the deed is done.
Yes, sir. You're right.
So it's a gamble. And so my job is to push everybody running for governor to talk about Baltimore, Prince George's County Public Schools, to talk about, and I hate the term minority business, we say black business, Sharon. We talking about black business.
Black business.
Minority used to mean black, but minority don't mean black
Don't
no
mean
more.
the same today.
Come
No.
on, teach, Donnie. Teach.
Yes.
Teach, Peggy.
Teach
That Black
Donnie.
Wall Street thing, that Black Wall Street thing, Donnie, you started it all, and we need to continue that because it's so
Yes.
important in our neighborhoods and communities. I mean, we're the one race that do not stick together like other races do in terms of supporting each other with businesses and helping them to, rise instead of, pulling us down. I think that we can do more to support one another. I think that,
Yes.
in our communities, I think things can be a lot better than they are. And we do need leadership. We always need leadership. And that is something that's missing in a lot of Black communities, unfortunately.
But it starts inside the community. This is what happens. Say, Peggy, you got 5 sisters. Say 5 of your sisters did not go to college, but one of them did. The one sister that went to college is almost ostracized because the other 5 didn't. And so the norm is not the one that went to college. The norm is the ones that didn't go to college.
Come on.
In our community, you got
That's
those
deep.
who are at the top
Yeah.
who no longer talk to those at the quote unquote bottom.
Yeah.
We
But Donnie,
can't.
let me share this with you. Your point that you just made is so profound because I had 5 sisters, and out of the 5, I was the only one who went to college. Only one who got a degree beyond high school. But let me tell you something. The love that I had from those 5 sisters was what elevated me to where I am today. Because if I didn't have the love and support from them, I would not be doing the things I'm doing. So they really set me up for leadership long time ago.
But
when
you
we were
knew
11 and 12 years old.
But you knew to bring it back home.
Yes.
The father of Black History Month, his name is Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Wilson.
He wrote
Yes.
the book, The Miseducation of the Negro. He wrote in that book decades ago, that we're the only race that send our children to school only for them to get a job. He said we're supposed to send them to school so we can bring that information and strengthen the family business.
That's it.
That's where we missed. That's where we missed the whole point. It's supposed to strengthen the community, not us strengthening somebody else's community.
Community, exactly.
My
exactly.
God.
Woo,
Well, Donnie, you can't teach what you weren't taught. And that's why you're such a great person in the community. You teach. Sometimes you're hardcore, but you have to be hardcore to get it through some of these thick heads that we have to stick together. And we're not, we're subjected to the Willie Lynch and all the BS and the light skin and the dark skin and the bull crap. But we have to have people like you and Peggy and Dr. Laura and Sharon and the people who are going to continue to be leaders, be authentic, and to really teach our young people. Otherwise, they won't know.
That's it.
It's so true. It's so true, Renee. It's
beautiful, Renee.
That's something missing. And also in the schools, can you believe that they are actually banning Black history in some of the curriculums in the schools?
I talked about this in my opening thoughts. This whole critical race theory. They are those just like a domestic batterer. Like you said, Peggy, one time, ding, ding. America has repeatedly battered our people to the extent that some of us, a lot of us think that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Then you
Yes,
go to
sir.
Ghana and you see, oh, that's wrong. Look at these beautiful black people running their own country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peggy and I witnessed that for what, 13 days, Peggy?
Sure did. That's what I mentioned
Life-changing.
earlier. Yes.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
them-
I missed
Tell them
that.
about your experience, Renee.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I was just privileged to go, Donnie, Peggy, Dr. Lauren, and Sharon, because no one else could go with Peggy at the time. And my mother was like, don't go, because I guess all the Ebola things were happening on the other side of Africa. She got it confused. But I was like, this was just a life-changing experience and opportunity for me. So I went, and I'm so glad I did, because I'll say this live, you know, because this is my opinion, my life. And so I was ignorant to the fact of Africa. I was ignorant to the fact that I wasn't interested to go there and see anything and see where everything happened, see where we were tricked and bamboozled to go through that door of no return. I cried. Peggy, we cried every day.
We cried.
People, if you are listening to Donnie Glover's show today, take away this. We are a beautiful, black, strong people. And a lot of us didn't make it on those ships. But let me tell you, they are strong. But like Donnie said, they want to keep us slapped in the corner, keep us down so we can be the consumers of their liquor stores. And, you know, I can go on, Donnie, you know, I'm not going to do that. But it's just very heart-wrenching to see this. Yeah. And Ghana opened my eyes in so many ways, Peggy. Thank you so much for that opportunity. Because we went there. I'm in Ghana, girl. We had so much fun, but we were awakened. We were awakened people. Get yourselves to Africa at least one time in this lifetime. One time.
I agree, Renee. That is on my bucket list. I don't even care what part of Africa. I would like to get my DNA done to see what part of Africa I'm really from, but I would love to go. Any part of Africa would be a blessing to be able to travel.
We should go back. We should go back, Peggy.
Oh, we are going back.
This is my latest project, I Am Black Wall Street. And Sharon, you just jarred something in my memory.
Yes. Oh,
I want to share something with you, Sharon, and I don't ever want you to forget this.
I got it.
When the European came to North America, we were already here.
How about that?
Yeah.
Not all of us came here in the bottom of a slave ship.
That's amazing, isn't it?
How many times did your grandmother tell you that you had Apache, Cherokee, Blackfoot roots?
Yes. Yeah. We are the most diverse group, and there's so many mixtures in our blood, and just, you know, the history just goes so far beyond just being Black. We have so much history. It's amazing, and this is something that the schools should be teaching, not taking away, you know, from the students. This is knowledge that we should all have, because this is our heritage. This is who we are, and this is who makes us what we are.
They're scared.
Sharon, you got Native roots. You got Native American roots in your family, Sharon.
Yeah,
you know,
you can see it.
I can imagine. You know, I you know, Ethiopians ask me, am I from there? I get a lot of different, you know, cultures that, you know, claim me, but I receive it. I receive it. I
want you to do your own research, because nobody can tell you who you are. I know down in Richmond, Virginia, they got a lot of records, but I don't believe just because Ancestry.com says something. I don't know them people. I believe half of it. I don't believe all of it, because that's too much power in one group's hands. See, some people always want to tell us who they are. My daddy said his grandmother was a Blackfoot Indian. I know my mother's father was from Puerto Rico. What I'm saying is, again, we were here before slavery. Not all of us, but the African presence in America predates Christopher Columbus. He was late.
Oh my God.
Real late.
Absolutely right.
Donnie, my son Chase Allen always says that. He always talks about, my son has to see this interview, because he always talks about, we were here, Mom, we were here. And I'm looking at him like, how do you know this? And how come I don't know this? So come on.
Yeah.
I got my copy,
Donnie.
I am
got
Black
my
Wall
copy.
Street. Hey, Connie Bell, what it is, Wally?
Connie,
What's up,
Hey,
East
Connie.
Side?
Connie,
Hi,
Connie.
everybody. How you doing?
Good morning. Good
How's
morning.
my favorite beautician doing?
I'm just wonderful. And yourself?
Well, what's so special about Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated? And I really want to know, did Peggy bully you growing up?
Oh, Lord. That's a no-brainer. She beat on us and everything. We had to throw the phone at her to get her off of us and everything. Still to this day, I just got to be there. I got to. You better show up. You better. What do you mean? This is connections, and this is how you make connections. And if you're not in the place, then nobody knows who you are. And you got Tom and you, right, y'all, right?
And Connie, what about this one? You got to show up to show out.
Okay, it's all about making connections.
Gotta
And
be in the
if you
room.
don't, if
Gotta
you're
be
not
in
in
the
the
room.
place, then nobody knows who you are, and all of that. Like I got a whole list of stuff that you say, girl.
Well,
Yeah, we gotta make the list of quotes. We did that one year.
Girl, we did. We sure did. We were going to surprise
Connie.
Peggy on her birthday. Yeah.
Right?
Connie, how important is entrepreneurship to the mission of Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated?
Very important. Let me tell you, my great niece was over at my house the other day, and I was doing some embroidery and I was doing some heat press, and I was telling her how important it is to create your own brand. Now she's only 10, and so
Wow.
I'm teaching her now that now is the time for you to create your brand, create who you are, and that stems from being around these women. I grew up with these women teaching me, this is what you do. And I mean, there were times when, you have other stuff you want to do, but you got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. You got to find yourself first. And then, you have some sisters that got your back, and when you feel like you're falling and you feel like you're getting weak, they're going to lift you up. And that's where that group of women come from. And that's where they teach you the entrepreneurship, and it just continues. And then you reach back down. It's like a barrel of crabs. You reach back down and you grab the young one that's coming up behind you, and you lift them up and say, look, this is what you're going to need to do to sustain in this society right now. Nothing else is nobody's going to give you a handout. You can't depend on nobody. This is what you have to do.
Come on, Connie.
Laura, is that what Infinite Scholars is all about?
Infinite Scholars is exactly about that. And I really do have to say that if it had not been for Sisters4Sisters Network Incorporated, I would not be here, Donnie, with you talking about Infinite Scholars. I am new to the area. Infinite Scholars is a national organization, but when I went to Peggy Morris and Dr. Renee Allen and gave them a 5-minute presentation about how we could enhance education in the DMV area, I didn't have to say anything else. They said immediately yes. They didn't. I'm new to the organization. I haven't even been with the organization a year yet, Peg. But they saw the value of education. They saw the value of
And doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah. Sharon brought me in. Connie does all the embroidering, so the Infinite Scholars T-shirts and the shirts that we have. It is one huge network. Peggy makes sure that everybody's got a piece of it, everybody's involved. But Donnie, what we're going to do for the very first time in this particular area, Infinite Scholars has been in existence as long as Sisters4Sisters Network and as long as you at Black Wall Street, about 19 years. This is what makes us national. We've done 27 fairs across the country. Based out of St. Louis, we do Detroit, we do 5 or 6 fairs in Florida, but we've never done anything in this area. My CEO, Thomas Alston, said, you live there now. You need to be doing something in your own backyard. I don't know anybody. I go to Peggy and Dr. Renee. I said, this is what we can do. We're going to bring, for the very first time in October 10th of this year, we're going to bring 40 colleges, Donnie, that have scholarships to the students in Prince George's County, the DMV, and the students are going to be able to come there up to the colleges directly, and they're going to be able to be handed scholarships on the spot. I'm doing this for the very first time because of Dr. Renee and Peggy Morris, and they believe in collaboration. So the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Josephine Morning, who's the president, is also part of this, got us the organization. We're going to be at First Baptist Church on Highland Park. All of this is new to me. I haven't been here a year, and they are allowing me to be able to do this because of camaraderie and networking of Sisters Network.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it.
And Peggy, I want to share with Donnie and his listeners that in 20 years, although I've already been with them 12 years, in 20 years, we have never appointed a special chair. And because of her professionalism, her
Yes.
above and beyond can-do effort and attitude, I, as the officer chair of Sisters4Sisters Network Education and Mentoring Committee, appointed Dr. Laura Dorsey as the first special chair of Sisters4Sisters Network. Come on now.
Come on.
Congratulations.
And she's doing a phenomenal job. I am so proud of her. It's just been amazing.
So
It
duly
takes us
earned.
to another
Yes.
level.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to say that one of our chairs, which is Tashik Hawkins, is working side by side with Dr. Laura.
Yes.
And that's amazing. It's just super amazing.
So, Dr. Dorsey, I got to ask you this. I have a 21-year-old daughter. She's navigating college. And based on my experiences, I gave her 2 pieces of information.
Okay.
Don't come out with debt. Keep your credit score high. What are we doing?
That's my motto right there.
What are we doing to teach our children what we didn't know? When I went away to college, they were throwing credit cards and all of that stuff at me.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at student loans well over 100,000.
My God.
How do we keep them? How do we push the message to parents, children, everybody? No debt. Keep your credit score high. Because at the end of the day, if you come out 100,000 in debt, then what the hell have you done?
You're gonna die with that 100,000. Trust me.
Right.
You're
So
gonna
true.
die with
That was one of the reasons that Infinite Scholars existed. It exists to be so that the colleges have money. The colleges have money. The problem was nobody was telling us that they had money. This is how the organization came about. Our CEO was in Ferguson, Missouri. He was an English teacher, and he got a call from a college that said, "We have money to give to minority students. We can't find any qualified minority students." He said, "What are you talking about? I got a whole classroom of them here in Missouri. Come down here and speak to my students." 19 years ago, that's what he did. Now this organization has grown across the country, and that's because they have money, Donnie. They just not telling us. So
Lord, I gotta tell you this. I
I
gotta tell you this too. Much of that loan money was because I wanted to go to Morehouse. And I didn't realize I was economically challenged until I got to Morehouse. Fast forward to this school year. A friend of mine's son is going to Hampton. Hampton is 40 grand a year. Another lesson we got to share with our young people is go where the money is, to hell with the designer name.
Yes.
Not everybody got 40,000 for Hampton, 40,000 for Morehouse, 40,000 for Spelman. And don't go broke trying to get that name.
Right.
Well,
Because
Donnie, you just said something. You said something so profound. Keep in mind, we have to start looking at financial literacy. We have to look at teaching our kids what wealth looks like. If we start at that level to teach them how to save for even for their education, there are new methods of way of doing business these days. And we got to share this information, and we must empower our community, because if not, we will continue to stay broke.
I love Morehouse, but damn it, I love debt-free even better.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
And we gotta do those scholarship searches every May when the kids come out, they start posting pictures. This young lady got $1 million in scholarships offers. This young man got $2 million. We need to put more emphasis on writing those letters for those scholarships, because honestly, we've gotten lazy. We've gotten comfortable. Oh, daddy got it. Daddy will pay for it. Oh, mommy got it. No. The parents' job is to get them to the age of 18 with no babies. And after
That's
18,
right.
my mother had 3 rules. My mother, Lily Juanita Glover, had 3 rules. Number 1, at 18, you're gone. You're out of here. College, military, work, but you out of here. Number 2, don't bring no babies across that doorstep in the meantime. And number 3, own your house.
There you go.
Like that one.
Baby, she batted 4 for 4. But now
I'm teaching my daughter that now.
We got soft. We got soft. Oh, you ain't got to leave at 18. Lily said at 18, you're out of here. And I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Even if you fall on your face, but you'll never learn to fly if you stay in the nest.
That's it.
That's
it, Donnie.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I'm teaching my daughter that now, that, you know, your credit score is more important. You don't have to have money to go and purchase anything, but if that credit score is right, then that's gonna give you a little more advantage than anybody. So, you know, I break down to her what her, every month we go over what her bills are. Where is it? Okay, let's take care of the top one, and then let's work our way down to the smallest one. And my daughter's credit score is 750, and that's because I've helped her. My credit score is 832.
Whoa!
Don't purchase nothing for anybody. Don't co-sign nothing for anybody. Don't put your name on anything for anybody. If they can't build their own, then you know you can show them how to do it. But no. So you know that's something that I'm teaching her right now and staying on her about. You know, so.
Beautiful.
Well, there's one other topic I want to pose to you, ladies, that we got to talk about more and more. When I look at these young men out here, you know, especially the ones that want to wear their pants down, I don't know what type of tendencies they are exhibiting. And when I look at young women, in my day, if you called a woman a B, best believe you had to fight Peggy and all her sisters or their brothers. But nowadays, when you listen to the music, women are calling themselves these derogatory names. I mean, the music, we've lost our morals. So I want to know, what is Sisters4Sisters Network going to do to help our young men and young women better identify a compatible spouse?
Whoa.
That's a good one.
Whoa.
Well, we got to get to the root of the problem, number one.
Yeah.
If we don't know what the root of the problem is, it's difficult for us to even teach them anything.
Yes, we do. It's a lot of abuse, including some rotten ass daddies who did wrong by their daughters.
Yeah,
Whether
well, that's
it was
true too.
being abusive or not being there at all.
Yeah.
Well, some of the fathers abuse their girls, sexually abuse their girls. So, you know, they're actually reaching out for you know, somebody like their daddy, but then you know, looking in the wrong direction, looking in the wrong way. We just got to reach back down and grab our youth, because and they need to read more. They need to read, you know, more about how to build a relationship or relationships.
Well, sometimes the mama is so caught up in the man, she ignores the fact that this boyfriend has been getting at the daughter.
Yeah.
You know, Donnie,
There's so many
I'm bringing this
dark
up again.
secrets.
The Heels of Motivation host.
Yeah.
I was the co-host. Teresa Bowe. She does this. She was in Miami. She went to Dallas with Claudia Jordan and Spinderella. She went to Georgia with Art Kelly's ex-wife and some boss women that own restaurants and salons. And then she came here with me, and I brought in Dr. Jazz. Peggy was there. We brought Dr. Kimberly King, Kalela Ali, Muhammad Ali's former wife. Oh my goodness, so many people. Melanie Gamble, Rashawn Shaw.
What is the point, Doc?
The point is Teresa Bow was molested when she was a very young girl. And she went through her whole teenage years in shame and not knowing how to deal with it, because she talks about this outright, that her mother had 8 babies by 8 baby daddies. She was a waitress. She worked hard. She tried to help her family. But these people in your immediate area, her boyfriend at the time, she has a book, My Mommy's Boyfriend, molested her. So full circle, which is the word Peggy likes to use, Teresa is now, after she went on Love Marriage Boot Camp and exposed this in front of everyone, including her husband for the first time. It is the shame that Connie talks about. It is not having that daddy, the man you first fall in love with, who is, abusing you verbally or otherwise. And this is why I went, collaborated with her, because although I didn't have to deal with that, I'm very empathetic to it. And a lot of the people I know have dealt with it.
Yes.
So that's a very good topic, Donnie. It's a very, very critical topic to talk about.
Living here in Baltimore City, I see where little boys, young men, and young women, I see what happens to them when daddy's not around. And come hell or high water, nothing is going to stop me from being there for my children. Nothing. But not all men feel like that. A lot of men, and even women, it's on both sides. It's trauma. It's trauma.
It's a deep family secrets that stays with us so long until we actually can, see it come to light and can actually talk to someone and admit those things, because keeping them inside is just making the whole situation worse, and we become a part of our environment. So if that's how they grew up, that's all they know. If they don't have a mentor, if they don't have, someone that can guide them, that, that would be a positive father figure or mother figure for even that matter. So it's really about how we grew up and the things that we learned as we grew up. But we can also change those things if we get the right person or people in our lives that can help mentor us, into good mental health. This is a whole mental thing that we go through, as a culture, and the things that we have dealt with in our lives. So we are a part of our environment and how we grew up.
And it's
so well
said. They think it's their fault.
There's some males who have been sexually traumatized as well. When in the city of Baltimore, there's a lot of deep secrets, but incest, it's just some rotten people out here. Hurt people. And when you look at mass incarceration, America, Connie, has 5% of the world's inmates. World's population. America, 5% of the world's population. We have 25% of the world's inmates in America. America locks up more people than anybody. And guess who stars in the role?
Oh, we know that.
Black women are the fastest growing demographic. So a person that's locked up for years, life goes on, but a lot of times they bring this sexually deviant behavior home. And nobody sees it more than our community. So
we gotta also, I'm sorry, Donnie. I'm sorry. We gotta remember some of the men who are leaving the households, and they bringing new women into the relationship. And then, with the daughters, they feeling like the father is bringing this new person in to their lives. So then the daughters or even the sons get put on the back burner because they're putting more emphasis on this new relationship, thinking that this new relationship is the end all be all. And then they're lacking the relationship with their children. And so the children are falling short and going out in the streets and looking for the wrong affection and relationship with these men or even with the women. So, and then until they realize that the relationship with this new person is not good, then they trying to reach back and grab the kids. But now the kids don't want nothing to do with them. Because now they done reached out on the streets to find out these people love me more than my own mother or father.
But I got a solution. It's a solution that we all grew up on. It's a solution that got us to where we are right now. You ready? It's so simple. LOVE.
Absolutely.
And that's the love that you sisters emanate. It spews off of you. No matter, I can't even get mad at Peggy when she smiles at me. I can't even get mad. Pick my butt up and down the street, and then she just smiles on you. That's
right.
It's way beyond. It's a love that surpasses understanding. The good book talk about it. That's what keeps us going, and that's what's going to keep us healed and keep supporting each other. Because I know I'm a handful, but Peggy a handful too, Connie.
Oh, so you telling me after 59 years, you telling me?
Hey,
Let's go down. What's the final thoughts? Let's start with Connie, Renee, Sharon, Laura, and Peggy to end it off. Come on, little sister.
Well, I'm having a book signing. I'm having a book signing and celebrate my birthday on September the 12th at Terra Cafe.
Really?
That's awesome. I'll be there, Connie.
Thank you, Renee.
My final thought is, you know,
give me a flyer.
Yes. No, it's showing Donnie the book. We have
show it again, Peggy. Sister, that's a bad book there. Bam, boom, padam. My final
Donnie, I'll
thought
send you my flyer.
Donnie, thank you for having this platform because it's needed. You are a boss man, and we need more strong men like you. My final thought is, women, be kind to each other. Stop the jealousy, stop the insecurity, stop the backbiting, and stop the gossiping. You're a reflection of your mouth. Be good to each other. Woo! Come on now.
Good job, Renee.
Have a good day, and don't you go messing up nobody else's. You hear?
and this has been a great platform, and I think that the message is out there now. Let's do something about it. Let's get someone. Let's reach one, teach one. Let's mentor others. Be there for a sister. Be there for a brother. I think that we can all do this together. And another book, Embracing My Sexy 60s.
Good job. Good job.
Come on, Laura.
My final word is that if Sisters for Sisters Network has taught me nothing, it taught me that we need to make sure that we reach back into the community. And that's what the collaboration of Infinite Scholars and the Southern Christian Leadership is doing with the scholarship fair. If we don't educate the next generation, if we don't help educate the next generation, then what are we doing? That's our responsibility. That's our charge. And the Education and Mentoring Committee of Sisters for Sisters Network is doing just that with our scholarship fair on October 10th.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My final word, Donnie, is thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for the opportunity for us to come and share. There's power in sisterhood. There's power in brotherhood. Let's come together and let's make it happen.
Can we say a prayer before we go?
Yes.
All wise and almighty God, we thank you for this show. I thank you that Peggy introduced me to StreamYard.com. I thank you for all of the sisters and all of the brothers that we get to touch on a regular basis. Bless our minds, forgive us for our sins, teach us to forgive others. In your mighty, matchless, and majestic name, heal our community. Heal the mothers, the daddies, the children, the brothers, the sisters. Help us to overcome all that we've gone through. And we promise, Lord, we will give you all the praise and all the glory. In the mighty, matchless, and majestic name of Jesus. We say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen and amen.
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 Beautiful prayer,
Thank you,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Beautiful prayer.
Thank you, Donnie.
Yes.
Hey, Connie, send me my flyer. Don't make me come looking for you. I don't know
Hey, Donnie, you know how we roll, right?
Connie the one that's strapped. If Peggy got the razor blades, Connie got the Uzi.
Hey, Donnie.
How do you know, Donnie? How you know?
Donnie, Connie's going to be celebrating her 59th birthday at the Char Cafe on September the 12th, which is a Sunday, from 3 to 6 p.m. And we're going to have our book release, Always Sisters, the Power of Sisterhood. So we invite all our family and friends from Baltimore to come and join us.
Yes, yes.
And all y'all got your COVID shot, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And bring your mic, Donnie, because I know you're gonna be going around want to talk to folks.
No, 3 feet. 3 feet. I was over Char Cafe the first time out, and this dude all up in my ear, and I'm like, dude, first of all, you need a mask. Number 2, you need a Tic Tac.
Right.
I'm sorry. Praise the Lord. Have a great day, everybody. We out of here.
Thank you. See ya.
Everybody have a great day.